Feel like you're fighting a losing battle against stress? Like you're constantly swimming upstream? Well, you're not alone. And we're going to explore some ancient wisdom that might just be the perfect antidote to our very modern problems. All right, to start, I want you to picture someone, a classic high-powered Wall Street banker. You can almost see him, right? Phone buzzing nonstop, eyes glued to a screen, just living on coffee and pure adrenaline.
Now, imagine this same guy, completely at the end of his rope, goes to see a Taoist monk. I mean, the absolute polar opposite of his entire world. And he's got just one burning question for him. He looks at the monk, and you can almost hear the desperation in his voice. And he asks, "How do you stay calm when the market crashes?" And look, it's a question about stocks, sure, but it's really a question about life, isn't it? How do you handle it when everything feels like it's falling apart?
And the monk's reply, "Oh, it's just brilliant." He smiles gently and says, "Because I never invested in the market of panic." Just let that sink in for a second. He didn't offer a 5-step plan, he offered a completely different way of seeing the world. And this gets right to the heart of it all. The monk isn't trying to control the uncontrollable. He's not day trading his emotions. He has simply chosen not to play the game, not to participate in the chaos in the first place. Peace, he's telling us, is found by stepping outside the storm, not by trying to command it. That little story really hits on a huge modern problem, doesn't it? This whole idea that we treat stress like some kind of badge of honor. You know, being crazy busy is seen as a sign that you're important, that you're successful. I mean, does any of this look familiar? This is the daily race for so many of us. We're rushing from one thing to the next, constantly chasing another goal on the horizon. And even in our downtime, what do? We're scrolling, looking for that little hit of validation. We are fighting the river every single day. And this lays out the two paths so clearly. On one side, you had the Western way, fighting, grasping, chasing control. And on the other, the Taoist way, flowing, letting go. And listen, it's not about giving up. It's about giving in to the natural current of life instead of constantly wearing yourself out swimming against it.
So, that sounds nice, but how do we actually do it? Well, that brings us to this incredible idea, the art of effortless action, of finding your flow. It's a concept that sounds so simple, but it is incredibly deep.
The term for this is Wu Wei, and it's so important to understand that this is not about being lazy or passive. It's the total opposite. It's about acting with such a focused ease that what you do is in perfect harmony with the situation. You know, think of a master musician or a great athlete in the zone. They're not forcing it, they are flowing with it. So how does this apply to our lives? In our work, Wu Wei is that wisdom to know when to push a project forward and when to just step back and let things develop. And in our relationships, it's about listening more and trying to force an outcome less. It's just intelligent, responsive action. Okay, this next tool challenges one of the biggest assumptions of our entire culture. It's about finding strength in simplicity and discovering that less is actually deeper.
Think about it. Our culture is basically screaming at us 24/7 that more is better. More money, more followers, more things, more achievements. But Taoism quietly whispers a different truth. Less is deeper. It suggests that by having less clutter, we can experience life far more profoundly. And this isn't just some abstract idea. It's incredibly practical. What if you just looked at your calendar and cut one unnecessary commitment? Or what if you took 5 minutes to just sit and declutter your mind instead of filling it with more stuff? Or, here's a radical one, what if you went for a walk and left your headphones at home, just to listen to the world? These are small steps toward real clarity. So when we bring this all together, we arrive at the real destination. This journey isn't about becoming a monk or abandoning your life. It's about changing the battleground. And this is so important. We often treat peace like it's a luxury item, something we have to earn or a destination we have to finally arrive at. But what if it's not a luxury? What if it's just a choice? A choice we can make right here, right now. This really brings it all home. You don't need a plane ticket to a remote monastery. The chaos isn't just out there in the world. Often, the real fight is the one happening inside of us. The true path to peace is to stop fighting your own nature, your own anxieties, your own resistance. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. And it's a powerful one. Take a look at your own life. Are you chasing peace, adding it to your to-do list like it's just another task to achieve? Or are you maybe, just maybe, ready to let it find you? In that quiet moment
when you finally stop running.